Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. And this, I hate to break with the pod's tradition of us being grumpy old men who hate everything. I mean, we did spend the first half of this pod being like, I don't really give a fuck about Magic Mike or Transformers.
Yeah, like, I don't really want to watch 30 minutes of Magic Mike dancing, even though it would be very arousing. Like, I don't want to do that.
Even though it would, like, cure all of my depression. Yeah, I hate to break with the tradition of us hating on everything. But Guardians also looks pretty delightful.
It does look pretty. It looks pretty
good. I have to say, like, I don't know, the opening where Drax throws that ball at that kid, and
also very funny.
Also the end tag where he's talking about like murdering one sad lonely person or something. Just
the Drax. I will say the Drax always gets me good.
Like, Drax has always been
like, I love Dave Bautista's like everything, the comedic timing. Because in the first one he is just like fucking hulking, just, you know, beast of a man, and then they're just taking the Wong route and just made him into a fucking joke.
Yeah, I think they started with like sort of more of a simple joke of like he doesn't really understand metaphors. He's kind of like a very self-serious guy, and they've more changed him into like kind of more of a goofy character, but not in like an annoying way. Like he still has such a charm to him. He always makes me laugh. I don't know.
He does.
It looked really good. I don't know. They have the classic Guardian suits from the comics. I thought you would appreciate that. What do you think of Baby Rocket? I did see on Twitter, like, Marvel fans are already saying they would die for Baby Rocket.
Well, I would have to agree with them.
He's fucking cute. He's cute as fuck.
On this one, I'm gonna have to side with the Marvel fans.
Yeah, I'm trying to make fun of them, but low-key, I would take a fucking bullet for that thing.
But goddamn, I would take so much collateral damage for Baby Rocket.
He is.
And he like meets his ferret brother, I want to say.
I thought that was like a girlfriend or something. Okay, my bad.
Could be
ferret brother.
I don't know.
No, I assume wouldn't that be like, it looked like a loving hug, not a brotherly hug. This would be really weird once this movie comes out. No, but like a sexually loving hug. How would it be his brother if it's a ferret? It's not even a ferret. It's like an otter. What's wrong? Fuck you.
I was like, he's a freaking bio-mutant.
Elaborate love chart behind me of how Rocket's gonna bone this otter, who may be his brother. Yet to be seen.
The strings connect.
It's just one string from
that says love on top.
It just says brother string sex. I'm genuinely so curious now to see what this character is going to
He's about to make love to his brother's Ferrucci.
Okay, let's move away from the Rocket Raccoon possible incest question mark. Which is what this movie should have been titled.
How the fuck do we get there?
I don't know. It's your fault. You said brother. It's clearly not a brother. It's clearly like a girlfriend or something.
I'm the one who made it not sexual. And then out of nowhere he goes, oh no, that was definitely a sexually loving hug. They are in fact brothers.
I mean, to be fair, I watched it once. I don't know if it was very sexually loving. I'd have to watch it a few times to get that.
Might also be tough to tell them being both animals. Oh yeah, there's so much fucking chemistry right here. Start salivating.
Stop it.
Oh my god, stop.
I like how this is like probably the part that most of the listeners like tuned in to hear about, and then immediately we just go on like the truly worst tangent possible. Anyway, Guardians 3. Let me actually pull up the trailer here. Not for that purpose, not to say that. Also, did you appreciate the Among Us reference that is in this trailer? Where, you know how they're in all those like colorful spacesuits? They have like red, green.
I did very much appreciate the
right.
Among Us.
Among Us.
I still have PTSD from showing you that, and then just hearing it as I was taking the shit.
Yeah, just
Among Us. Dun dun dun.
It was horrible when Freddie visited. He showed me the great David Attenborough Among Us meme, and then when he was using the bathroom, I did stick my phone under the door and play that at like full volume, and it was great. Anyway, these are the things we get up to when we're not potting, for those who were curious. But anyway, it also has what's his name? Captain Eyebrows?
Eyebrows as the villain. Apparently he got swole AF for this.
I've seen a couple of stills of that. I don't know if he's the villain. Adam Warlock is kind of a, I don't know, like a villain slash
anti-hero
I
deal?
think, kind of character. So I think he'll probably start as a villain, then or start as a villainous force, and then join the team, because it was teased at the end of the last film. Also, if I'm not mistaken here, I'm just looking at this now. Also, I just saw the hug. It's definitely not a sexually loving hug. It's definitely a very like wholesome, possibly familial hug. I'm sorry in advance. I was talking out my ass.
God.
It looks like they have this like fight scene with the monster from. You remember the second one at the opening of the second one, the big rainbow,
the big squid monster kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks like it's back, but it looks. I could be totally wrong. It looks like the same location as the first Guardians when they're fighting Ronan. So I feel like this could be like a simulation or something, like a training simulation. I don't know, just a speculation. But
odd. He's getting analytical here.
I'm just saying. There's also a lot of like characters like crying intensely and like screaming in pain. So I feel like there's going to be some emotional. I mean, this Pratt scream can only be from like the death of a beloved character, I think.
Surely.
This is also, apparently the last Guardians film. It's like the end of the trilogy. They'll probably pop up in like Avengers-y things, but I don't know. It looks...
that's kind of sad. Honestly, the Guardians, I didn't love Guardians 2, but I very much enjoyed it. But the first Guardians might be my favorite MCU movie.
Honestly, yeah, it's so good. And the franchise in general, like the team and the characters, it's probably the best done MCU thing overall, like as like a consistent kind of franchise.
Yeah.
I assume there's, getting Gamora back is going to be a big part of this.
Do we think that they're going to fall in love again?
Yeah, come on.
Come on. They had great chemistry.
They did. And technically this Gamora is the one from 2014, so like it'd just be like right before they fell in love anyway. So like,
Yeah. They'll love it.
They'll love it. Good music
It also
choice.
seems like we're going to get, apart from the familial sexual hug, there's going to be more of a Rocket story in this one?
It does, yeah. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like it should be like wrapping up all the emotions of all the films. I still stand by the moment at the end of Guardians 2. It's not kind of an underrated moment, I have to say, but I don't know if you remember at the end when they're having like a kind of a heart to heart, and Rocket is like kind of apologizing. He's like all his friends still loved him even though he was like such an asshole, and Peter Quill's like, well, of course they did. And I was like, like that's genuinely one of the most like heartwarming moments in any MCU movie. So I know, I feel like I'm gonna cry, I feel like I'm gonna laugh. It looks like exactly what I was hoping it'd look like, honestly.
It's gonna be a good one.
Besides the Among Us moment, which really threw me off, if I'm honest. But yeah, very excited.
Bana, 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 bana.